Here we are on Clothesline, the show where we wring them clean, string them up and put them to dry on the clothesline. Let's start with some good news. Jayalalitha's back! No, good news not because I'm an Amma fan. Good news because nothing does better for the Tamil Nadu economy than Amma celebrations. The drumwalas, the employment for musicians, the decorations and the employment for talented decorators and tentwalas, the people brought in from far-flung villages to bump up the attendance, and the market for transportwalas, and of course shrinks, because it's at times like this that Amma groupies let it all out with a good crying session to cleanse emotional baggage.
Tamil Nadu அரசின் முதலமைச்சர் என்ற முறையில் அரசியலமைப்பிற்கும் இந்திய அரசியலமைப்பின்பால் தமிழ்நாடு அரசின் அமைச்சர் என்ற முறையில் வெளிப்படுத்தவும் மாட்டேன் என்று.
इसके बाद psychiatrist के पास तो जाना होगा ना. Although that crying session was from last time she won, but it's the same each time. So let's sing for her. A 1, a 2, a 3, and go. Amma, 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 Amma. Amma politics is all about tears and kissing of rears by prostrating oneself like a Surya Namaskar. But why bother with doing Namaskar to Surya when there is Amma, Amma. But on the bright side, imagine how fit Amma loyalists will be. Yahan you can't get people to do a Surya Namaskar without a controversy. Wahan the Amma Namaskars keep cholesterol down, muscles firm, joints supple, and the spine very, very, very flexible. Now for us, this whole exercise might seem silly, comical.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
But looking at it in a different way, one can see why people call her Amma, and they cried at her swearing-in ceremony. Speaking of people who have touched divinity, Boria Majumdar, a man known for 3 things: co-authoring a book with Sachin, having the shortest Wikipedia profile ever, and a voice so high-pitched and hysterical that if he were on Arnab's show arguing with Sanju Verma and a panelist from Pakistan, it might be audio Armageddon.
Someone's going to call your bluff, and we are calling your bluff tonight. Someone's going to name you as anti-national, and I'm naming you as anti-national.
In his interview with Ravi Shastri, Boria asked this compelling question.
The one question that the whole country is asking, and more with MS now not playing test match cricket, is it time to start thinking that should Virat be given the job across all formats?
First of all, Boria, it's just you who wants to know. Please don't talk on behalf of what the whole country is asking or wants to know. That position is taken. Okay, Boria? You speaking to Ravi Shastri is hardly nation wants to know material. What the whole nation did want to know, if you go by prime time television debates, was only about Bakchodi. Oh! Arey, what? I'm not saying it. Naam hai bhai. Comedian and founding member of comedy collective All India Bakchod was the main story earlier last week on almost every major news channel because of what is a really terrible and bhadda video Bhat made. Guys, wrong Bhat. Wrong Bhat, wrong video yet again. Guys, a Snapchat video Tanmay Bhat made, okay?
Oh, Lata tai, namaskar. Very respectfully, I would like to add that you are 5,000 years old. You know, Sachin, I also personally think that Virat is a better batsman.
Thank you. Predictably, people got offended and violently angry at insult to... Wait for this. Marathi pride. MNS had this to say.
सचिन तेंदुलकर और लता दीदी जिनको हम मानते हैं, जिनको हम भगवान की जगह रखते हैं, जिनको हम पूछते हैं, उनके बारे में ये आक्षेपार्ह चीज़ हम बिल्कुल बर्दाश्त नहीं करेंगे। और तन्मय भट्ट को हम यहाँ पे उसके शोज नहीं होंगे, उनको हम जहाँ भी दिखेंगे उनको हम मनसे साल से पीटेंगे।
And everyone else had this to say.
जो कोई भी सज्जन इस तरह की बात कर रहे हैं उन्हें ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि भारत रत्न लता दीदी के गीतों के साथ साथ कई जनरेशन से सफ़र किया है। ऐसे में आप मजाक इतना विद्रूप न करें कि लोग बाग नाराज़ हों।
Lata ji and Sachin had nothing to say because, you know, why talk when it's all about someone being hounded because of offense taken on your behalf?
इस चीज के ऊपर नहीं बोलने का बिल्कुल। देखिए सर, इस चीज के ऊपर नहीं बोलने का, इस चीज के ऊपर नहीं बोलने का। पेट्रियोटिज्म एक तरफ नहीं सर, पेट्रियोटिज्म अभी तो एक तरफ मत कीजिए। यहाँ पर जितने वल्गर गाने होते हैं उसके ऊपर आपने बिल्कुल, मैंने पहले ऑब्जेक्शन दी थी। एक्सक्यूज मी सर,
I mean, it's not like they want to build a flyover for the sake of Mumbai people that will inconvenience your pretty apartment that you want blocked. Hai na, Lata Didi? On this Snapchat matter of national importance, the special cell of the Mumbai police contacted Facebook, Google, and even Orkut, a social network website that was largely abandoned since before Newslaundry, and most of its employees were born to take the videos down. You know, special cell of Mumbai. If you're still monitoring Orkut, you really are special. I'm guessing you still check Nintendo for latest video games and think Donkey Kong is what teens today love. Think Mario Brothers is the biggest rage, while Candy Crush is a summer drink, and you still buy CDs for music? Now, whether or not you thought the video was funny, one thing we can be sure of, Tanmay Bhat made us realize one thing. Lata Didi and Sachin's voices are really quite similar. Listen to this.
Yeah, hi guys, how's it going? It's me, Sachin. Definitely just wanted to talk about this story I read today about Vinod. He said that Virat Kohli is 10 times better than me. Yeah, but so what if I'm 5,000 years old? I mean, I'm like that lady, Melisandre, Melisandre mera tu.
Forget the joke or its unfunniness. Tanmay has made us realize that even when Lata Didi is too old to sing, which is about now, Sachin can always fill in. Master Blaster has the voice to replace the Nightingale of India. He can be the Master Blaster Nightingale of India. He can be Master Blaster Gale. No, wait, that's him. We need a better name. While there were enough people attacking Tanmay Bhat, many came to defend him too, in op-eds and news channels, all saying the same thing.
You know, I think Nidhi, that line varies depending on who you are. If you are a fan of Tanmay Bhat, that line is very flexible. If you are a politician, that line is very strict.
I am completely and totally for free speech. But I think Tanmay went a little over the top.
This makes me wonder, does no one find Tanmay Bhat funny? Not even his fans? Or are they just too afraid to admit that they laughed at it? But the most wonderful moments of the debate were these.
If you feel that Tanmay and his gang has a right to abuse anybody for that matter in the name of humor, in the name of comedy, and without taking permissions from those people, then anybody has a right to catch them on the streets and lynch them, because that is their freedom of expression.
Yes, cracking a joke is the same as lynching someone. This guy's on a panel? Seriously? Oh, okay. Is Rahul Shankar's panel on NewsX? Then it's fine. Makes perfect sense.
They are iconic figures and we treat them as such, we treat them with the respect they've earned, and none of this matters. But to bring it in as his age as an excuse for giving offense, I don't know. I'm a 26-year-old is not exactly a 6-year-old. He knows what he's saying, he knows why he's saying it, he wishes to garner that kind of attention, he's entitled to it, and if this is his idea of taking pot shots at legends, well, so be it, ignore him.
Yeah, Shobha, how low society. His 15 seconds of fame. Who is this Tanmay Bhat trying to make a living off other famous celebrities' fame? How can someone do that, na Shobha? Like, you know, becoming famous writing gossip and rumors and stuff about celebrities. And imagine coming on a panel for 15 minutes of fame, discussing someone who is seeking 15 minutes of fame by trashing someone famous. How meta. But the thing is, I think more Indians know Tanmay Bhat now than Shobha Dey. If Tanmay Bhat is to be defended at all, at least let it be by someone who enjoys his material. On the Newslaundry website, we did a poll asking our readers to vote on how they feel, and it seems that most people have a very pessimistic view of how well Indians understand freedom of expression, which is not very well. Speaking of things no one understands, here is a topper from Bihar who doesn't quite understand what political science is.
पॉलिटिकल साइंस क्या होता है, माने किस तरह का सब्जेक्ट है, इसमें क्या 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 चीज़ पढ़ाया जाता है?
खाना बनाने के बारे में।
पॉलिटिकल साइंस में खाना बनाने में बताया जाता है। तो होम साइंस क्या होता है? होम साइंस क्या होता है?
खाना बनाने के बारे में दिया हुआ पढ़ाता है।
We thought if it's one thing Biharis understand well, it's politics. Here are Biharis who understand politics better than anyone. Lok Naik, social engineer, the original Aam Aadmi hero, and what is Atalji doing on this list?
He is Bihari, no?
No, Vajpayee is from Madhya Pradesh, not Bihari.
Oh my god, the nation has been misled all these years. Guys, breaking news. Newslaundry discovers Atalji is not Bihari Vajpayee. Guys, change the name bracket to Atal Madhya Pradeshi Vajpayee.
Stop! Stop! We have a new topper from Bihar. In our office, it seems. Aage chalo. Mushroom khao, Modi ban jao. That's a show on Aaj Tak Tez.
मशरूम खाओ मोदी बन जाओ। जी हाँ, सही सुना आपने। पीएम मोदी की तरह बिना थके बिना रुके काम करना है, मोदी की तरह तरोताजा रहना है तो मशरूम खाएं।
Really? मशरूम खाओ मोदी बन जाओ? नरेंद्र भाई क्या कोई मारियो ब्रदर्स है? Now that will really piss off the Prime Minister. You know, because Mario is an Italian character and Sonia Gandhi's maiden name is Mino, just one syllable off. But coming back to Mushroom Khao, Modi Ban Jao, the only person on mushrooms was the person who came up with that show title. But it's tough being a 24-hour news channel. You have to fill up the hours somehow, and it has to be something that appeals to your viewers, otherwise the sponsors will go away. So balancing sponsor demands for eyeballs, desire to get government ads telling us that Desh badal raha hai, and maintaining journalistic integrity amidst all this is tough. But thank God, we have Sudhir Chowdhury of Jindal Ka Sting fame. Here is the head of Z News talking about the importance of being unaligned in journalism.
पत्रकारिता के पेशे में कुछ गलत लोगों की घुसपैठ भी इस दौरान हुई है। ऐसे लोग न्यूज चैनल का लाइसेंस हासिल करते हैं, अखबार निकालते हैं और फिर खबरों का इस्तेमाल अपने फायदे के लिए करते हैं। ऐसे प्रमोटर्स और उद्योगपतियों की वजह से पत्रकारों के सम्मान को चोट पहुंची है और पत्रकारिता पर लोगों का भरोसा भी पहले के मुकाबले कम हुआ है।
वाह, छा गए सुधीर चौधरी ऑफ जिंदल स्टिंग फेम, छा गए। मतलब तुमने तो क्या कहते हैं, हम सबका दिल ऐसे जीत लिया जैसे कोई किसी कंपनी का स्टिंग करके एडवर्टाइजिंग कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जीत ले और फिर मुकदमा हो और केस चलता रहे और कोई जीते या हारे, किसे पता।
That's why on the basis of that, the Jindal group had done a sting operation in which it's pretty much visible that Z News group editors and both Sameer Ahluwalia were talking about around 100 crores. And on the basis of this, the Delhi Police Crime Branch had lost a case last month only.
सुधीर मेरे लाल, तुमने तो उस स्पीच से ऐसा धमाल मचा दिया जैसे कोई जी ग्रेड चैनल पे किसी इनोसेंट टीचर को फ्रेम करके खबर धूमधाम से चलाए। जैसे कोई जी ग्रेड चैनल किसी फुटेज पर कुछ और टेक्स्ट लगा के धमाल मचाए। बस बेटा, ये ही दिन देखना था that Sudhir Chowdhury is giving a lecture on journalism, on being independent and on integrity and क्या। So ये दिन भी देख लिया। अब दुनिया से कोई गिला नहीं, कोई शिकवा नहीं।
After being publicly beaten and stripped and being thrown out of a job and spending 12 harrowing days inside the police lockup, some relief really for Uma Khurana, an indication of the direction the trial is going to take in the coming days.
While we're on the topic of journalistic integrity, Arnab Goswami, during a debate on Robert Vadra's alleged benami deals on the News Hour, made a disclosure.
Both my grandfathers on both sides were men of integrity. They fought for the freedom of this country. My entire family, there are many members who are in law
and who are in politics. Henceforth, I say this to Sanjay Hegde, that I have had relatives from my family on all political parties, regional parties, Congress parties, Communist parties, BJP.
Trust Arnab to take a debate about corruption involving the country's most famous political family and make it about himself. And Arnab, this is not a disclosure that your family is the most patriotic and accomplished that any newswala has. A disclosure means giving the viewer information that discloses an association that might be considered a conflict of interest on what you're debating or reporting, such as if one's uncle was heading the BJP in Assam. While discussing Vadra, no disclosure is needed unless you're connected by business or family to Vadra, which I guess you are not, except through the Congress, which your family has served, but that was 2 generations ago. No, Arnab, the nation wants to know about Robert Vadra's involvement in arms deals and money laundering, not how many freedom fighters your family has had. This whole benami case could be settled between Arnab and Robert Vadra like the 2 Delhi boys they are, except instead of saying, "Jante ho mera baap kaun hai?" Arnab would probably reply, "Jante ho mera baap, mera dada, mera nana, mera mama, mera dur ki bua ke paas wali choti nanad ka sala kaun hai?" I've been in a family for 21 years and will remain so in the future. And Robert Vadra would probably say, "Baap chhod, tu janta hai meri saas kaun hai?"
तेरे को क्या है बोलना? अरे तू बोलना तेरे को क्या है? यहाँ क्यों आया? चल क्या है? तेरे को क्या? चल क्या है? भाग के जाएगा तू और हमारे पीछे क्यों आया? क्यों? तू यहाँ का मालिक है क्या? हाँ मेरा बाप का जगह बोल. तो मेरा भी दादा का जगह है. क्या कर लेगा बोल?
While we're on the subject of integrity in journalism, let's talk about plagiarism. This would probably be the worst crime in journalism, not including paid news or a lecture by Sudhir Chowdhury on integrity. But what do you call stealing an expose from another news organization and claiming it as your own? We call it parasite journalism. Barkha Dutt broke the Robert Vadra benami property story on NDTV on May 30th in the afternoon.
Robert Vadra, controversial businessman, but also the son-in-law of the Congress President Sonia Gandhi, finds himself at the center of yet another controversy. This time, it's over a house in London.
And later found it on other channels.
We are joined by Danish, and the story we are following is the story about the alleged links between Robert Vadra, a defense arms dealer called Sanjay Bhandari, his relative called Sumit Chadda, and a house which was bought in London, which cost in the year 2009 £1.9 million.
NewsX did carry this disclosure.
This is a news report that was broken recently on another private TV channel and has been picked up by other conventional media. We do not take responsibility for the contents of the report.
Now, there's nothing wrong if another news organization picks up a story and goes with it. In fact, it's healthy for journalism as long as one gives credit to who broke it. Rahul Shivshankar, what's with this story was broken by another TV channel? Naam nahi pata kya? Agar story le rahe ho, to naam bhi le lo. So following up a story with credit is fine, and really journalists don't usually complain about that. But that's not outright theft. That's the same as following up. Rahul Kanwal of India Today objected to Times Now lifting their story on Khatse's land deals and underworld links and kya. Times Now took India Today's story that they had been running from April 26th and ran with it as an exclusive disclosure. I am founding editor of India Today and my brother is editor-in-chief and chairman of the India Today group. Arnab, इसे कहते हैं disclosure. And here is a non-disclosure like Arnab's. My family has been serving the public for generations, television channels, magazines, movies, some really bad ones. But they made you cry, including Mother India, Boot Polish, made us laugh with Shri 420. They serve the country, so I don't have to tell you any specific connection I have. That, Arnab, is a non-disclosure. Coming back to the Khatse deal and scam, he has resigned. So for one thing, those of us very cynical about the impact of journalism can celebrate. It still matters. However, it is also a good practice for journalists all around to give credit to others for breaking a story, even if you want to take it forward. Manu Pabi, then with the Indian Express, broke the Augusta Westland deal that funneled bribe to Indians on July 4th, 2014. On April 28, 2016, Times Now followed it up with this exclusive news break.
Times Now has now got access to the full Ministry of Defence papers, which have never been seen before in the context of the Augusta-Westland deal. The story broken by our National Affairs editor Srinjoy Chaudhary will be joining us in some time.
Manu Pabi did a series of stories now for the Economic Times on the Augusta-Westland deal. And yes, the Economic Times and Times Now are both owned by the same family, Indu, Sameer and Vineet Jain. But how does a reporter feel when his story is lifted for a television show without attributing the credit? In fact, when journalists from other news outfits have complained about their stories being stolen, the ones who've retweeted and supported them have been from the Economic Times.
Just as Augusta-Westland is an ET story done by Manu Pabi, another Italian delicacy by Manu Pabi, who has kept the Augusta-Westland pot boiling from day one.
This problem with journalism is becoming big. It's a symptom of the journalistic integrity that Arnab and yes, even Sudhir Chaudhary were talking about. Or maybe they just don't know any better. Another story that made everyone on panels a little hysterical was about a piece of meat tested in a lab. As if the Dadri lynching case being linked to what kind of meat was in the fridge was not bad enough, a lab report apparently confirms that the meat sent for testing was, in quotes, of cow or its progeny, close quote.
Dadri lynching, did the media get it wrong?
Cow and its progeny could mean anything from beef to buffalo, and there are some reports that the meat wasn't even found inside Akhlaq's house. The point is, this discussion is coming a little too late for Akhlaq or for anyone else. Meanwhile, Minister for Women and Child Development Sandeep Kumar led a march on International Menstrual Hygiene Day. Wow. That's one way of making people change their minds about how they treat women when they're going through their time of the month. Temples will now open their doors and they can help themselves to achar anytime. Yeah, great way to convince them. What is he doing? This week, our What the Fuckwa award goes to these men who were trying hard to somehow convince a room full of women that the triple talaq is not unfair to women and is in fact consistent with a just society.
इस्लाम को अगर कोई समझेगा नहीं तो यकीनन ये इस तरह के सवालात उठेंगे। कुरान में ट्रिपल तलाक को, हदीस में ट्रिपल तलाक को, फिक़ा में ट्रिपल तलाक को बहुत बुरा कहा है, बल्कि हराम कहा है। लेकिन अगर तलाक दे देता है आदमी तो वो हो भी जाती है, ये भी एक मसला है।
पर होना चाहिए।
तलाक देने का एक प्रोसेस है। तो शरीयत ने एक तरीका बताया है कि आप पहले औरत को एक तलाक दीजिए, फिर अगले महीने अगर आपका निभाव नहीं हो सकता, आपने देख लिया नहीं हो सकता, मैं वापस इसको नहीं ले सकता, फिर एक तलाक दे दीजिए, फिर एक महीना रुकिए, इंतजार कीजिए, हो सकता है वो आपके साथ वापस आ जाएं,
तो
फिर एक
तलाक तो नहीं होना चाहिए ना। आप सब एक ही बात कह रहे हैं।
Triple talaq walon, this week you share the What the Fucker award with this guy.
Men can beat wives lightly, says Pakistan's Islamic Council.
Well, that's a wrap for this time. If you saw any moments from journalism that made you go, oh wow or oh crap, write into us or tweet to us. Subscribe to our newsletter and support our I Pay to Keep News Free campaign. We are the change. You are the change, for better or worse. Never do nothing. Stay connected. Stay online. If you enjoyed that, click up here to support us and down here to subscribe. Be sure to check out our older episodes and the other stuff we do, like Can You Take It, I Agree, panel discussions, comics and animations, and much, much more.